Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU. The U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Go too loud, laugh, make the whole night something. Hands up, don't panic, we came for the win. Flow start shaking when the crew walk in. Say it one time and say it again. If you know, we don't need pretend. OG Network, round opinions don't matter.
Fat tat chula.
Make the whole place shatter. OG Network, OG, tell them who the king is.
Chula, fat tat chula.
Every mouth get fearless. Chrome on the smile and the crowd get louder. Talk slick online, steal your foe when we around your Firearm Friday. Heavy on the chest, not a game, not a test. So we the loudest in the West. Ron got a lot to say, but we never need that. We in the front row where the real ones react. Fat that Chula grand like he know the whole script. OG Network stamp, put it all on the wrist. Hands up, don't panic, we came for the win. Flow start shaking when the crew walk in. Say it one time, then say it again. If you know, we don't need pre. OG Network. OG Network, round opinions don't matter.
Fat tat chula.
Make the whole place shatter. OG Network, tell them who the king is.
Fat tat chula.
Every mouth get fearless. Every mouth get whole room lean in when the name gets spoken. Coat look hot, grin, every doubt gets broken. Let them keep the talk, we just keep it moving. Big step, big sound, got the night improving. OG Network, round opinions don't matter.
Fat tat chula.
Make the whole place shatter. OG Network, tell them who the king is.
Fat tat chula.
Every mouth get fearless. Every mouth get.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to Firearm Friday. Welcome. Hopefully y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully life is treating you well. I'm Ron from Ron's Opinion. That's you love right there.
It'll be me, Fat Tatula. Just in case you ain't got it, the GOAT, Fat Tatula.
Hopefully y'all having. Look, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it very, very much.
Facts.
But today we got two videos that we're gonna dive into. The lay into one of the videos that we're gonna. It's probably gonna be the first one. We did this story a few weeks back on another Firearm Friday show, where I was discussing about the city of Philadelphia and something that they did that, in my opinion, is why I say all gun laws are racist. And if you're not careful who you vote for, you're not careful who you align yourself with, a lot of times you can be devoting or you can make decisions to your own demise. And in my opinion, when we play this video, you're gonna get an idea of why and what ended up sparking this. And I'm not gonna say that the Department of Justice heard this and they might have heard it from my channel, but all I'm going to say is this: it seemed as a bit coincidental that we were just talking about this subject now about 3 weeks ago, and what I said, what they did wrong, and I didn't agree with it, and I said all right. So Jay, the story is, if you remember, is it was a group, almost like the Black Panthers group. Yes. And they had a little confrontation with the police, and what happened was the police department revoked their license to carry as a punishment.
Yes.
Now you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's what ended up happening. And I said, all right, so you got the city of Philadelphia who's supposed quote unquote Democrat, but all we talking about they for black people. But where were these black people when they revoked black people's license to carry just because they disagree with them?
Wow.
Basically. So this is going to lay the groundwork. And why I said this, and I read the story. I didn't know no video. I didn't see no videos. I was reading the story, and that's why I brought it up. We never had a video. We never had any footage or anything like that. And I said that's wrong. They violated their right to keep and bear arms. They were violating their constitutional right. So here we're gonna click this video. I'm gonna give you an idea of what really part of the story was going on, and then we're gonna elaborate on this one. Jay, when you get a chance, run the video. The federal investigation one.
Okay.
I'll bring it to the stage.
Of Justice is investigating the Philadelphia Police Department. The U.S. Department of Justice is investigating the Philadelphia Police Department for possible violations of the Second Amendment. In the city, gun owners are required to have a license to carry a firearm openly, and the police department, though, is at liberty to revoke those licenses. The DOJ is now taking a closer look at the gun permitting process. It all stems from tense encounters that played out earlier this year. Action News reporter Maggie Kent now to explain.
The city has been put on notice. It is under investigation by the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division for its gun permitting practices.
Get out of my personal space, please.
Action News has obtained a video of a January 2026 confrontation between members of the self-titled Panther Party and Philadelphia police at 23rd and Diamond Streets. In it, men armed with assault rifles and uniformed police officers are verbally arguing.
You walked up to me. I didn't approach you. Get out of my personal space.
Following the confrontation, 5 men had their gun permits revoked. The Philadelphia Police Department citing a good cause standard to cancel permits to carry firearms. Now the Department of Justice is investigating the revocation and if it violated Second and 14th Amendment rights, issuing a notice to the city. Civil rights attorney Paul Hetznecker, not representing the individuals, has been counseled on this case.
Ultimately, the paramount issue here is First Amendment rights. It's the right to express a political point of view, and using the Second Amendment and the permitting process as a way to undermine the viewpoint and the expressions of a black radical organization.
Assistant Attorney General Harmeet K. Dillon of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division said, quote, law-abiding Americans, regardless of where they live, should not have to worry that their city will revoke their means of self-defense. During this process, the DOJ says it's aiming to interview all parties involved. If the Justice Department finds a pattern of constitutional violations, it says it will work with the city on making changes before it heads to court if need be. I have reached out to all the parties involved to see who has been in contact with the DOJ and maybe conducted any of those interviews. I have not received a response. At police headquarters, Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News.
So, my brother, why you scratching your head, Jay?
I don't think you're going to like what I'm going to say.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear this one.
I'm going to say like this. Every single one of them brothers that had their rifles on their chest,
right,
should all gather up, get on the bus, get on the truck, get a deuce and a half truck, which is a military style truck, drive over to the police station and do to the police station what they did in the Bronx between 1974 and 1977, which is they lit up the actual police station for violating their rights.
Wow. Because I didn't know that.
See, in the Bronx, there's a big story. It's called Fort Apache, the Bronx. Okay. And they literally shot up the precinct that was there.
Wow.
They turned around, they changed the story to burning in the Bronx because they wanted to say it was about the Yankees, but it really wasn't. So when we look at how and this is more, I'm gonna call it like I saw it. That's a racist cop that didn't like the fact that somebody had a bigger gun than he did, bigger balls than he did, much more braver than he was, and athletically fit better than he was. Because he's a fat, that was a fat cop. That was a fat cop.
Yeah.
And the dude, And the dude that was telling him, I didn't violate your space, you violated my space because you came up to me.
Right.
Was shorter, smaller frame, and well within his rights to say what he had to say. Because like the attorney said, you violated the First Amendment law or ruling, whichever way you want to look at it, by telling this person they couldn't say what they wanted to say. That's why it's called freedom of speech. Then the Second Amendment, he had all rights to carry his firearm, whether it looks like he's a militia, whether he looks like he's about to take down
that was a point that I made.
It doesn't matter. He has the right to carry his firearm.
Right.
How he carries it is up to him. That's why it's his right. And then to violate the 14th Amendment, that one was an interesting point. Not many people know how the 14th Amendment actually ties into gun laws. And I could only say that if they don't know, it's best that they read into it to understand it.
And this is why I keep emphasizing that a lot of these gun laws, and I keep telling people how they are racially motivated. This is and you know I'm not a person that push race and deal it, but I know what I see when I see it. Right. You know what I mean? And my thing is that I'm not big on the race card, but I will call it out when I see it and I know it's legitimate. You know what I mean? And in this case, this is why when I tell people, when you look back in history, when they started making these laws, they wasn't specifically targeting the white community. These were to limit mostly Black, Hispanic people from having access to the best weapons possible. That's why if you look at these laws and where the toughest gun laws are at, they're all demographically in places where predominantly Black people live. Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws. Most Black people live in Chicago. Philadelphia have a tough gun law. Most Black people live in. I don't even know what New Jersey is doing, but a lot of Black people live in New Jersey. New York, again, a lot of Black people live in New York. Los Angeles, some of the toughest gun laws. And this is where, and you look at Baltimore, Maryland, same thing. And you look at all of the places, that even though you might even have what they consider a red state, when you got blue cities in them like this, they're the ones, because if it all ties back into why I say the Democratic Party was the party of the KKK. And what they did, they took these suits off and they started coming up with laws. Because they knew they couldn't enslave no more. So they start coming up with laws. And they say, oh, no, we like y'all. But we're going to find another slick way to limit your ability to protect yourself. And this is why I say all gun laws are racist. You want to go out there and have a racist argument, that's the argument. Because it proportionally damaged more Black people and made them felons, especially Black men, over some of the dumbest stuff. It took away Black men's right to keep and bear on over some of the dumbest stuff. And I'm not talking about somebody out there shooting and killing. I'm talking about something as simple as, let's just say me and Jay having a conversation and he has a firearm and he's showing me the firearm that he has. And he's like, yo, let me show you what I got. And I'm looking at it and say, oh, this is nice. I mean, no, we're not trying to shoot nobody, nothing like that. Nothing dangerous. Police pulls up. I become a felon. All because I had his gun. I didn't shoot nobody, kill nobody, rob nobody, nothing like that. I become a felon that I can't carry a firearm, and they would literally give me 5 years for having what they say illegal possession of a firearm.
How can it be illegal when the owner of the gun is right there?
Exactly. What they was doing.
How can it also be illegal if the person is interacting with the gun owner?
Right.
A legal carry permit, right, however you want to call it.
Right.
That is why if people don't understand what the 14th Amendment's all about and why it ties so strongly into the Second Amendment, is the reason why people need to read. I'm going to say it like this: on the stupid side, I'm going to explain it like this. The 14th Amendment says that you have the right, just like in the Second Amendment, you have the right to carry a firearm. And of course, the 14th Amendment coincides that by says it guarantees them equal protection.
Right.
Did you understand that? Equal protection. That means if the person in front of you has a rifle that has 300 rounds, you have the right to have a similar rifle with 300 rounds. That is why it's called equal protection.
Right. And the other thing is, you can't discriminate protection because of someone's skin color.
This is absolutely
Meaning, if there's a group of whites and there's a group of blacks, let's just say for sake, as a police department, they can't pick and choose who they want to defend. You get what I'm saying? They're not supposed to. I'm not saying that they don't. They're not supposed to.
right. They're not supposed to,
Right.
and
They're not supposed to. Meaning they're supposed to protect both parties equally.
right,
And that's why we have a court system. That's
right.
why when the police show up, they're really not supposed to determine innocent or guilt. They're supposed to protect all parties involved, diffuse, protect all parties. And they have to jail both parties, they jail them. And they're supposed to let the court sort out innocent, guilt, wrong, right, all that other stuff. But what do the police usually have a tendency to do?
They have a tendency to try to convict on the spot.
Right. And then they
That's
make assumptions.
true. It's true. 98% of the time, they convict on the spot.
Right.
They automatically get guilty.
Right.
And then of course, go ahead.
And then put somebody through a whole bunch of unnecessary court proceedings and stuff because you try to determine guilt as opposed to letting the court sort it out.
Right. Because you don't even know the penal law book that well.
Right.
You don't know the laws the way the courts do. You don't know the way the prosecutor of the state or the city or town wants to run the charges. You're, as a police officer, the reason why it says protect and serve is exactly what it is. You're supposed to protect the rights of the individual. You're supposed to serve the rights of the individual. Take the individual or group of people in front of a judge so that the judge and the lawyers can figure out what is going on.
Right.
It's just like when you go to the hospital. You know, you go to the hospital, you see a triage nurse, then you see a triage nurse or a medical assistant way before you even see the doctor. And then the doctor sits with you for 2 minutes and tries to figure things out. And then they come back, the nurse comes back or the PA comes back, which is the physician assistant, and they're the ones doing all the work on you. But yet the doctor gets paid the big bucks. It's pretty much almost similar to what the cops are doing. The cops are trying to mitigate the actual case in the street versus taking it to the court. And like you said, if they got to be jailed, they got to be jailed. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's why it's called due process.
As a police officer, you probably would keep yourself out of a lot of trouble if you stop trying to make assumptions.
Right. And it's funny that you said that because all the reaction videos I've done in the past, and I've spoken about several of them, on how when you hear a police officer stand there and about to make an arrest, and the first word that comes out of his or her mouth is that is because they're confused about the law on how to proceed with this situation that they're dealing with the person.
Right.
An attorney doesn't do that. An attorney says, okay, well, you were charged with this, you charged with that, this is what we're going to do, this is how it's going to work out, and that's how it's going to happen.
Yeah, this is how we're going to approach your case.
Exactly.
Right, because that's where they spend it. Most police officers don't dig in the law, stay in law books and stuff like that.
They sure don't.
Control. I mean, they should have a general knowledge of the law books, but the reality of it is that half of what they're trained for, they don't remember not long after they get out of their training.
You're being too kind. You're being too kind. You said half?
Yeah. No. I'm just saying, like, I know
it's almost 90% of the police, I don't care where they're from, 90% of the police officers are not trained the way they're supposed to be trained. One of the biggest things is this, and I don't want to take it off from, just give me 30 seconds. I don't want to take it away from the story that we're talking about. How is it possible that this 2026 has evolved in technology so vast that a police officer doesn't know how to take out his or her cell phone, hit translate to talk to the other person that they can't even understand?
Right.
Or the greatest one is, just like in a lot of my reaction videos, how do you talk sense into a person who's drunk?
You can't.
You can't.
Right.
So those are the things that the training that the police officer is supposed to go through has fallen through the cracks because they don't even train them on that no more. You don't turn around and you ask a drunk person, do you want to take a BAT test, or are you willing to take the field sobriety test? No, they can't walk straight. Why are you trying to have them walk straight? You wasting taxpayers' money.
If they that drunk, you lock them up.
Exactly. Take them to the precinct, give them the BAT at the precinct.
And usually, if they sit there long enough, you'll realize at the precinct that they off there drunk and off there high. Most of the time, you can just let them go because they didn't really commit no crime.
No, because in 2.5 hours, here's what happens. And I know we're stepping away from the topic, and I don't want to do that. The average time that a person who is intoxicated, whether by illicit drugs, illegal drugs, or alcohol, usually is released 2.5 hours later with a DAT, with a desk appearance ticket.
Right.
Or they have ROR, which is released on its own recognizance.
Okay.
The problem with that is you wasted from the time that you stopped the person on the road to the time that you release that person, all that taxpayers' money, all that resources that they wasted, having that police officer deal with that person or persons instead of just saying, okay, listen, I think you're drunk. I can see your eyes are shot. You're blurred. You got the slurred speech. Straight to the precinct. Do the paperwork. Leave them there for 2 hours. Get back on the street because there's other crimes you can handle. But that's also like an scapegoat for the cop that knows that I take this easy stop here. And I do 4 hours here, and then I could disappear for 2.5 hours, and I get paid for my full 8-hour shift.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'll get to the story a little bit later, but this is the reason why. Back to what we originally talked about, what's the video we was playing, and it's funny that not long after I read that story, and we did the show on that, did not the Department of Justice, Trump administration, sent them to the city of Philadelphia, the department, to look into this case, which sparked them to look further into the cases. You know what I'm saying? Now,
because now they found out that there's more stuff wrong with the Philadelphia.
There's more stuff wrong with it. Now, here's the thing, and this goes back to my sister, who had her firearm stolen by the police department. Right? Now, before I just said they took it, but she went through the 3 different incidents where she kept trying to get her gun back, and they have no record of her turning in her firearm.
Terrible.
So there's a member of the city of Philadelphia Police Department, stole my sister's firearm. These are police officers, right?
Right.
So they stole it. They have no record of her turning the firearm, and that means that whoever she gave it to, turned it into, they stole her firearm.
I believe it.
I don't know why StreamYard is freezing a lot again too, but
it's the bandwidth,
which is messed up. Now it goes back to this. Now the reason why I say this, and this is why this is getting under my skin, is this. Okay, if you look at the city of Philadelphia historically, right, and the reason why I'm elaborating on the city of Philadelphia, I don't know what the heck is going on with StreamYard, but it keeps freezing.
Yeah, it does. It's freezing pretty bad.
Yeah. The city of Philadelphia is, and when you look at the city of Philadelphia, this is something that I wanted to say is this. This has been going on a lot longer than right now.
True.
Right? And here's the thing. For the people that, when you look at the city of Philadelphia, Wilson Good, you're probably not going to know who these people are. Wilson Good was the mayor of Philadelphia years ago, right?
Okay.
He was black. This type of activity still going on. John Street was the mayor of the city of Philadelphia. 8 years. He was black.
Okay.
This type of stuff was still going on. Michael Nutter, mayor of the city of Philadelphia. He was black. This type of stuff still going on. Now, you know the mayor of Philadelphia. Why in the world would you allow your police department to treat the very same people that you say you serve? And these are the people that holler skin color all the time. But yet you're letting the police department do this to your own kind. And you are the mayor. You are their boss.
Right.
Now, currently, her last name is Parker. I forget her first name. She's a mayor, black woman, and this is still going on. Still going on. City of Philadelphia, police department, still doing it to the same people. So my question, and listen, every last one of these, guess what they all have in common? They were all Democratic mayors.
Damn.
Every single one. All Democratic mayors. So my thing is this is why I keep saying Democratic Party is the party of the KKK, is because they're literally doing the same thing to the people that they keep saying that they so-called serve. So why would you allow your police department to revoke someone's license to carry, all because they had a disagreement on the street? And why does it take the president of the United States and his administration to deal with something like that when you're right there and it's in your face?
That's a very good question.
They sent the letter to her too. They didn't try to overstep her boundaries. They let her know right up what they were coming for, what they was going to do, and they said they want to work with them, not try to overtake them. And that, in my opinion, they're being nice.
I guess they were. They still were messed up, though.
But that goes to show you that for the very same people that say always hollering out of their mouth, but when it comes down to stuff like this, where they at?
Right.
I don't know what's going on with this now.
It's a little wonky. How's the weather up there?
I know we got something coming.
That might be
I don't know what. Let me look and see what they said about the weather. Because I'm having issues. I'm getting ready to hit the refresh button, bro.
All right. We'll be back in 45 seconds. And while we wait,
I'm back.
I was about to put that commercial up.
Yeah. Oh, you can click it.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Gene Davis coming to you from Anubis Arms. We're here in Oaks, PA at the Oaks Gun Show. My wife Frances, Domingo here at our tables. We're based out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, right on Bushwood Avenue by Cove Road. We are South Jersey's only black-owned firearm storefront. We also have a gun club. We offer training. We sell firearms, ammunition, and accessories. So come check us out.
And we're back.
Well,
anybody's in the Philadelphia area, make sure y'all check them out. In Pennsauken, New Jersey. They do have a website. You can check them out or whatever. And like I said, we talk about training on this show a lot. And so when I was out at the gun show, they said they offer training and stuff like that. So I felt the need. I did a video, and therefore, if you're looking for somebody to get some training from, and you're in New Jersey, Philadelphia, maybe even Delaware, which is not that far from each other. If you're in New York State,
yes. Don't need to travel all the way down to exit 4 on the turnpike just to go there.
Yeah.
No, you stay in New York.
But I did get to meet them personally. They were some good people. Real talk. They were really some good people. And what I am going to do is one day I'm actually going to go live and I'm going to go visit their store. I'm going to go over to New Jersey, and I'm going to visit their store. I ain't going to buy. Let me not say that.
If you attend, and I'm putting this out there right stinking now.
Right.
You go to Jersey to go visit them, I'm going to request that you go visit a particular gun range in Jersey as well.
Where at?
It's in Secaucus.
Well, you can always send me the information.
Yeah, I'll send you the info. That might be a day thing that you do, though. You might want to stay in a hotel out there, because if you're gonna go to Pennsauken for a couple hours, and then if you take that hike back up north, it'd be worth for you just to stay out there. But again, being that you've been to, you have a particular niche behind the gun range, the indoor gun ranges.
Right.
This one is This is a good one for you to check out.
All right. Yeah, you got so many information.
I'll send it to you. I've been there. This
Oh,
is
yeah?
why.
Right,
yeah,
cool.
I've been there.
But yeah, so for those that are on the live, make sure y'all check out them. And the funny thing, when I was talking to them, I wasn't because I still have their flyer right here, and it does have all the information on there, what they do. They have a gun club and stuff like that. And they seem like decent people, down to earth people, whatever. But make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But back to the story at hand is that, and it doesn't, and this stuff has been going on in the city of Philadelphia for a long time. And why not the people that are in charge of the city of Philadelphia? Why would they not check these police officers and make sure that they're doing things the right way when we clearly see on video what happened and why? Again, this happened in the city of Philadelphia, right? Why is it that the mayor of Philadelphia did not step in on this? Why did it take the Department of Justice and the Trump administration to come from Washington to handle something where she could have just stepped in and did? No, we're not doing that.
It's not in her card because she's a puppet.
Right.
She's a puppet.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. She's a puppet. Because, again, there's always bigger strings beyond that. People, bigger money behind control and stuff like that. We get that part. But my thing is this, is that you're still the mayor. You're still the mayor. Again, but if you don't have no army behind you, you're gonna always be a puppet.
True.
You gotta have a force behind you or with you to let for the ones that's trying to control you and dictate what you do. To know that no, I ain't gotta listen to y'all.
Right.
If y'all want to go there with it, then that's how we gonna go. But here's the thing: she's the last one on the totem pole because she's there right now. But what about all the other ones? Because every mayor in Philadelphia for 70 years has been Democrat. I just pointed out the four that just happened to be of melanated persuasion, right, and still never checked this problem that's been happening over and over. They let powers that be above them, I guess, and the police department run them up and do what they want to do. And it happens to the same people. And this is why I talk this way. Yes, I'm not a person that care about race. I don't pull no race cards and stuff like that. But one thing I will do if I see it clearly is call out the stuff that is racist. And in this case, that's what's happened.
Well, clearly. Anybody turns around and says that's not a racist issue.
And this is a clear-cut case of you made your decision based on the fact, because I guarantee you that if it was another white guy sitting there arguing with him, it wouldn't never went that far.
Nope.
You determined that based off of race. And here's the thing. I don't know. It's rare for me to pull a race card because I usually sit back and wait for facts. I wait for all the facts because people do like to spin the narrative the way they wanted to go, right?
True.
But I started looking to this story long before this video came out. You remember that, Jay, because I was talking about it. And I kept following the story because I'm like, how is it that we have a black mayor? Prior to that mayor, well, the one between that was a white guy, but he was a Democrat. Prior to that, it was another Democrat, but he was a black mayor. Prior to that, was another black mayor. And then it was another, then a white, and then black. So my thing is this, is that, and they all were Democrats.
Right.
So it didn't make sense to me that we have all these Democratic mayors that's so-called keep hollering, oh, we for black and brown people, but then you let your very police department choose to go after black and brown people, and you do nothing, say nothing. You didn't even check your department. It took and this is why I say the ones that keep saying he's racist, why in the world did he have to send people from Washington to handle something? To me, is not even, that's something that should have been dealt with locally.
Well, the good thing is that Washington got involved because they realized that local couldn't take care of it.
Right, because they knew the local is doing things based on skin color. And you would have thought that she would have said, no, you're not doing that. But that would have been easy fix. That was a phone call. But I'm glad it happened the way it happened. Because they need to be called out on it. but it's crazy. But yeah, I wanted to get into that story because that story right there is it's crazy. It's crazy. For those that on the live, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. And the other thing I ask y'all to do is that look into this story. Don't just take what I say as face value. Look into that story. And my thing is, you need to look into your town and your gun laws, and y'all need to stop voting for politicians that start talking this way because this is what it turns into.
Stop voting for the color of the skin.
Right. Identity politics don't work. And when this is what it turns into, tyranny. That right there.
That's a clear case of tyranny. Yes, that is.
Right. And that's
what
what
Ron Magic.
That's the type of stuff we have to call out because here's the thing. I go back to this and I know people say, oh, slavery would never happen. My thing is this is that if you revoke people's license to carry, now they out there willy-nilly in the street because they're scared they're gonna go to jail because I can't carry a gun because now it's gonna be illegal. And they're gonna use the justice system.
How do you protect your family? How do you protect your business?
Right. How you gonna protect yourself, your family, and your business? And now, guess who's not gonna follow that rule? Criminals.
That's right.
So now they leave you to the mercy of the streets, the criminals, and everything else. This is why you have to stop voting. That's why I always say one of my number one things that's going to determine whether they get my vote is their stance when it comes to the Second Amendment. That's why it's so essential. That's why I put it on a higher scale with me because I don't trust these people to do the right thing because if people are power hungry, and if they can get people to lay down and give up their weapons, don't you think for a minute, because the Democratic Party is not about America. They're about their party. They're not about America first. They're about keeping their party in power. And that's why you see what you see. Because they should have checked this from the gate. They shouldn't have never had to go to Washington to come back to there. The mayor, that could have been a phone call from the mayor and say, you doing what? No, you're not going to do that. You better give them all back their licenses immediately. And then I need to know everybody involved, and just so you know that all your jobs are gone.
I second that because in that sense,
and that would have told anybody else in the police department that would have took that step. It wouldn't have happened before. But that goes to show you that they're not for you when they act like they are. That would have been a moment that they could have stopped it. And that's real talk. We're going to run to a 30-second commercial. Make sure y'all don't leave. 30-second commercial. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, B-O-T-T-U, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And we're back. And make sure y'all take advantage of that OG Network 26 promo code to get you 15% off of all your purchases of Top to Bottom hair and skincare product. If you spend $35 or more, you get a 15% discount. $35 or more. OG Network 26 promo code. Use it. It'll help your pockets. And with that said, we're going to get ready to get into the second portion of the show, which is the second video, which I watched. Maybe not the whole video, but I watched enough of it to kind of get an idea where it was going. So some of us are going to be watching this in somewhat real time. What up, my brother out the pip? Let's go on zone. Glad to see you in the building. Hit the like button for us, please, man, brother. Appreciate you very much, very much, man. But yeah, we're gonna get into the second video of the show.
Little nephew at the pit. My mic wasn't working.
And the second portion of the video is I mean, of course, it's still on the same left of, right to keep bear on firearms and stuff like that. But this is a little bit of a different story. But look into that first video, what I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna see like, oh wow. I mean, you might want to look closer into your local gun laws and what these police departments and stuff are doing, and how they're doing it, putting in restrictions putting in restrictions that affect the citizens, not the criminals, and restricting you from having access to the best weapons possible to protect yourself from government tyranny. But Jay, we're gonna go ahead. We can click into the next video, and we're gonna
Before
watch.
we click into that video,
go ahead.
Because my mic wasn't working. No, you didn't do it. No, you did do it. Damn it, you did do it. You brought up the video. You did it. You know, my mic was my mic was off because it was it had fell off the stand.
Microphone checker.
When we saw that video, that was the first time I saw the video. But I remember we had that conversation in one of our last segments, in one of our other segments. I'm just I'm just thinking right now at the moment of these individuals had their licenses revoked, and like you said a moment ago, the criminal doesn't care. So at this present point, the moment that their licenses got revoked and it was on the news, if I'm a criminal and I'm in Pennsylvania and I know them dudes just got their licenses revoked, guess who I'm robbing? I'm just saying. You won't be able to shoot. You won't be able to shoot me.
Because you legally, quote unquote, not supposed to have it.
You're not supposed to have it.
Right.
So if I go rob your house, you can't do nothing to me because you won't know it's me.
Oh Lord, please.
Not me particularly. Well, I ain't going nowhere there. No. I'm talking about from the criminal's aspect. And then the worst part is it will take Philadelphia police 12 minutes just to get to your house to write a report.
Why are you so sweet? So you better talk about more like 45 minutes.
I was being generous.
More, listen, I kid you not. And listen, this was a while ago, so I'm not saying it happened recently. We're gonna get into the next video, but I kid you not. I remember one day. I went to this function. There was a lot of police officers there, right? And I'm not even joking about this story. All right, so I come out the function, right? And I happen to go to the parking lot because I had to go get something out of my car. Right. It's 5 guys standing there, right? And I mean, they get lit. All 5 of them getting lit, right? So as I get closer, they happen to be right beside where I was parked there, right? And I smell, the whole parking lot smell like weed. All of them had the Philadelphia Police Department badge thing on their shirt.
Damn.
I am not lying. Damn. I'm walking past, I look, and they had the blue shirt, Philadelphia blue shirt, not their uniform, but they had the t-shirt on that had the Philadelphia police patch right there. And I'm like, all of these knuckleheads are police. And they out there getting bit. Wait a minute. It's a function, and it had to be easily 60 police officers at this function.
Okay.
There's 5 of them in the parking lot of this function getting zooted.
Hey, listen, orgiculturalism goes everywhere. That's all I gotta say. You know.
Now here's the thing. In that moment, what was I supposed to do?
Shoot them.
Was I supposed to snitch? The snitches get stitches.
You should have shot each one in the foot.
Snitches get stitches and end up in ditches.
You should have shot him in the foot, violating your space, leaning up on your car, damaging your property, and violating the 20-foot rule.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying.
And they had their firearms with them too.
Yeah,
the only thing they wasn't in full uniform, but they all had their firearm. They all had their they didn't have badge, but they had their shirt with their little police department. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is a city.
I gotta say,
this is Philly finest.
I can't trust anybody who has a T-shirt that says anything law enforcement in it.
Well, it was a collar shirt, like the short sleeves.
I don't give a rat. No, a polo shirt, T-shirt,
shirt,
jacket. No, no.
And I'm like,
if you don't have a vest, and I don't hear that
They
radio.
literally
I don't hear. Look,
oh, I knew they were police officers.
I didn't hear radio.
I knew they was police officers. They were.
I didn't. Oops. The bullet didn't notice that they were police officers. The bullets noticed that there were 5 guys smoking marijuana next to my car. For all I know, they were probably going to jack my car or jack me for my car. I don't know. So I shot each one in the leg. This way they can actually tell the story.
Yeah.
You ain't got a radio. You ain't got a bulletproof vest on. You shouldn't be smoking no marijuana. You should not be cordialism in a parking lot. Period.
But
that's just like drinking.
Why were they so comfortable doing it?
Because ain't nobody checking them. That's why.
You know what I'm saying? It's literally a so-called police function.
And that's the reason why they were doing
like
it.
60 police officers.
Because the
captains out there, chiefs.
Exactly. Captains out there, lieutenants out there, the sergeant of arms, they're all out there. They all know what's going on.
It's a group of police officers in the parking lot of this very same facility getting zooted.
Look, the same way a police officer was caught having sex with a prostitute inside the patrol car in the middle of the day at a children's park, I ain't gonna mention where. Look, it's because they already know. Ain't nobody gonna check them on it. That's why. That's why they do what they do. I'm just saying. That's why it comes back to they are to protect and serve the tax-paying citizens. If you cannot serve the citizens, you should not be in that job.
Technically, he was serving her while he was getting served.
This is true. And it did sound like a good party. This is also true. The bad thing was somebody was going to get full of something they weren't supposed to get full of. Because they probably had some bad stuff, some bad grass. You got to be careful with that word because in Europe, grass means a snitching. But that video, Ron, that was the first time I watched that video, Ron. And I got to say, not only is it a terrible situation that happened to those guys, it just goes back to what you said time and time and time again. We talk about gun laws, we talk about guns, we talk about everything about training, why it's needed, what's needed, but people tend to forget the tyranny part. That video is a clear, straight, 100% factor of tyranny because it's a government, and that's what everybody's got to understand. You have the federal government, you have your state government, and then you have your local government, which again, I don't understand why. Your local government was telling the police officer via cell phone, revoke their licenses. Let them be regular citizens without no protection so that the criminals can actually go rob and steal their stuff. And then we can go buy it from the criminals because we already know who they are.
Right. And believe me when I tell you it happens more than you know.
No, you ain't got to look. I can tell you like this. When I lived up in Jersey, one of my favorite hangout places was 4th Street Park. So, if anything, if you know about 4th Street Park, which I'm sure you'd have a very good idea, I was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a reason. Okay? So,
just so y'all know, 4th Street Park is like your local flea market.
Whatever you're looking for, you get it at amazing discounts. It's better than that old a boutique shop that a lot of women used to go to. It's called a $10 spot. 4th Street Park is like $9.99, and if you play your cards right, you might get $4 off.
There you go.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
But we're gonna get into the second video. You had something else you had to say?
No, I'm just shocked at that video. I'm just shocked on how they put those guys' lives in so much danger. It is ridiculous. Because the criminal doesn't care.
Nope, he don't. All because, now if you look at the video, he wasn't threatening the police.
No.
He wasn't aiming his gun at him. He didn't threaten to shoot him. And listen, the police department was all wrong.
Absolutely.
They're wrong.
He was even telling the guys he was with to back up, to give that police officer the respect. He kept telling them, "No, leave it alone. Just back up. Listen to me." And they did exactly what he was telling them. So he had the situation under control. So that police officer could not even say that his life was threatened.
Right.
None of them could say that.
And these are the bull crap stuff that they'll try to do to virtue signal and say, this is why you can't have a license. This is why we can't. No. No.
That's
I mean, I don't even like the fact that we even do the process that we do. I don't think the government should be involved in this, and no way, no possible, nothing. And the more and more I start talking about this, you start to see clearly why I say it is because they use it to weaponize it against the people. It's not to your good. It's to weaponize it against the people.
Right.
And everything that I've been saying up until this point, I've been spot on when it comes to government tyranny. Because there's a lot that we did not see that was coming.
And that's the reason why I say laws are created to hinder the law-abiding citizen, not the criminal.
Right, exactly. Now, this second video is a little bit different. This is a little bit different.
I only watched a minute of this video.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch together.
Okay. And like I said, okay.
Kidnapped today. I'm gonna try to make this video because I want all of y'all. My daughter almost got kidnapped today. I'm gonna try to make this video because I want all of you moms and daughters out there to be cautious of your surroundings at all times. So today my daughter and I decided to take a ride to Ross's. We pulled into the parking lot. We noticed that the parking lot was pretty full. We found a parking spot closer towards the store, but there was a black van parked right next to us. So we kind of laughed and said that looked like a creeper van. And I was like, yeah, I agree. The van was solid black, blacked out windows, looked like a homemade paint job almost. We're in the broad daylight, so I'm figuring it's okay. We get out of the car, we go into Ross's. We're in there for about 30, 40 minutes. We left out of Ross's, the black van was still there. We walked right next door to another little store. We was probably in that store for a good 10, 15 minutes tops. As soon as we walk out the store, we notice the black van is gone. But there's another car right in front of my vehicle. And there's an older lady, dark complected, salt pepper looking hair, standing at her vehicle. Me and Zoe both just said hi, and we went to get in our car. I got in first in the driver's seat. Zoe went to get in the passenger seat, and that's when the woman looked at her and said, honey, is there any way you can help me? Zoe said, sure. What? And she said, I dropped my debit card. It went under my car. Can you help me get it? I've heard about shit like this happening before, so all of a sudden my mom and...
Wait, listen, parents. Rule number one. You take your child, you put your child in her door. You lock your door. You go around to your door and you get in. Don't get in your door and send your child to her door. No. That's not cool. Okay? You put your child in your door, lock the car, and then you go around to the door. Second, okay? If you pull up to that spot and you see a suspicious vehicle, I don't care if it's white, black, brown, blue, orange, purple, you move somewhere else. I don't care. That's suspicion. That's gut rules. You move somewhere else. Okay?
Instincts kicked in, and I was like, no, I got it. I'll get it. I got this. I didn't want to think anything was wrong, but that gut instinct, you can't ever, you don't ignore your gut instinct. And Zoe was like, Mom, I got it. It's okay. And I was like, no, I got it. So I told Zoe, get in the car and lock the door. So she did. So I walked around to the woman's side where the woman was standing, and I said, ma'am, I'll help you get your debit card. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And I was like, no, I insist. Remember, this woman is speaking fine English. I bent down on the fucking ground to start looking under her car, and I didn't see a debit card. But at that very moment, her phone rings, and she starts speaking this, I don't know what language it was. So I stand up and I'm looking at her and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And about that time, that same black fucking van that was sitting right next to us, I'm pulling back in the parking lot right behind her fucking car. I know, driving not even a mile an hour, idling almost. I'm standing at this woman's door and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's looking at me and she's like, no, just pushing her hand back. The woman gets in her fucking car and takes off There's no fucking debit card under this bitch's car. My heart sank. I hurried up and called the cops and told them what was going on. The cops come out. We made a report. He said this is not the first time this weekend that this has happened. Today's Monday. He said they gotten 3 other calls just this weekend on the same shit. He's not sure if it's a sex trafficking ring or what the these people are up to, but they're definitely all in it together. I've heard of shit happening like this before, but I guess you don't understand the seriousness of it until it happens to you and your baby. There was no license plate on the back of the car or the van. Y'all, please, I'm begging y'all, please just be very cautious of your surroundings. If I would have gotten in my car and let my baby, it wouldn't have took but 2 seconds for them to get her in that van. This is hitting way too close to home. The police right now is working with the store to get a video to see if they have video footage of what the woman looked like. This is one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me or my daughter, ever. Y'all be careful. Please be careful.
Listen, parents.
All right, we can
you gotta
kill
stop
it.
playing these games out here, man. Okay.
You want to go first?
Nope. You go first.
All right. And you're right, out the pit. Yeah, that's crazy. And here's the thing. And I agree with my man when he said, you know, sometimes your gut instincts tell you something, and you sometimes you should practice listening to it. I agree with him when he said she should have moved the minute she thought that there was something suspicious about this vehicle. She should have parked somewhere else. I don't know how much that really would have helped, but at least it would have just said, "Oh, you know what? I'm not parking here." Whatever. Now, this is why being locked and loaded as a woman is so essential.
Right.
Because let's just say, God forbid, somebody would have jumped out of that van, you're a woman, and they would have tried to snatch your child and pull off in that van. There's a whole lot that firearm can do in that moment. There's a whole lot. If you're good enough, you can hit tires. It ain't going far without them tires going. Everybody still be in the move, but if you're good enough, you can hit some tires. You ain't got to shoot through the vans. If you can hit good enough, you can hit some tires. While they fighting to get her in the car, you pull yours out, bam, 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 start flattening tires. If you're not good enough, if you can't see an opportunity to hit somebody without shooting them, without hitting your own child, that will probably be my first move is bam, bam, start flattening tires. Now, once they hear that gunshot going off, 9 times out of 10, they're going to drop the child or let the child go. They let the child go, then you finish the job. All to make sure that your child, hopefully you don't hit your own child. That's the whole point of me saying it the way that I'm saying it. Nobody wants to be responsible for shooting their own child. Now, there's another way. You could have decided all of this. This is my opinion. You could have settled this long before it even got that far. Long before it even got that far. And this would have been me. I get out of my vehicle and I look at a van like that and it looks suspicious to me, I'm going to walk around the van. I'm going to walk around because she said it didn't have a tag on it, right? Right. So you walk, if something looked that suspicious, I'll say, you know what? You tell your child, don't get out of the car. Wait, stay right there. Walk around the van. I see somebody in that van. They look like, I'm going to knock on your window and wait for you to roll your window down. You good? How y'all doing? No, you good? Yeah, I need some directions. Where you need directions to? I need how you get to so and so and so street. Why do you think I'm asking questions like that? Because it's going to give me time to look in that van and see what's really going on. And then guess what the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to let them know. You know I'm calling 911 on y'all because I know what y'all about to do. I know what y'all up to. Now, here's the thing. I see what y'all up to. Y'all ain't got no tag on this car. Something look good. Something look funny. So how y'all want to handle this? 9 times out of 10, guess what they're going to do? They're going to pull off and they're going to leave. And they're going to possibly go look for another place to hunt. Now, if they ain't got nothing guilty going on, guess what? They don't know. What do you mean? Ain't nothing going on. Am I right? Now, I'm a man. It's a difference. I wouldn't suggest a woman to do that, but, you make your own choices. Out the piss saying, I ain't going to lie. I'm going to just call 911. This van looks suspicious. Where? Right here. It's a black van. They painted it with a paintbrush. It ain't got no tag on it. It's right here. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me video call y'all so y'all can see it. Look, it's this one. They in the... I mean, hey, look. My thing is this: is that that's a scary moment. That's my whole point. I mean, I know I'm making jokes and stuff, but that's a scary moment, man. And I brought this video in to be just to, number one. That's why I say make sure you got something with you, because you just never know.
Don't let it be no specials on that box of wine because he's gonna be angry.
Oh man, but
he's gonna be angry. He paid his special. He's got 3 cases for one. That cardboard box wine it's troublesome sometimes. He got to get it back to the house and make it chill.
That's why I love doing these shows, man, because we find humor and everything, but on all all so-called seriousness. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Look, it's okay. Look, I'm having a hard time with the video for multiple reasons. Okay. The bad thing is I did some little research on the video because, of course, situations like that I know of. I've seen them. I know a handful of people that gone through it. And in certain countries like Latin America or third world countries, it happens a lot.
What up, Justice?
Justice, what's up, brother? Thank you for swinging by. And I'm gonna have to go racial on this one. I'm gonna have to play.
I knew it. Everything in my gut said. He said, "Finally, you got."
I gotta be a little racist on this one. I really do. A white woman would love calling 911 on anybody.
I knew it. I knew he was going there.
She could have saw a black guy standing next to her car, pulling out his own keys, getting his car, and she'll call 911. There's a black guy here trying to steal my car. I mean,
listen, out of all the moments you could have been a Karen, right?
You call the police on the most stupidest things, and you see a black van with tinted windows, no tags, and a woman that spoke a different language after she asked your child to do something. You mean to tell me in that whole 3 minutes you didn't decide to dial 911 because what?
Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm gonna get you wrong.
Here's where the story gets a bit bizarre, right? This is.
I'm gonna go a whole lot further than that. Go ahead.
All right, so if the lady asked the daughter to get her credit card under the car, exactly what she expected to accomplish by that? She was gonna run the door over. Nobody's gonna want damaged goods, so.
So if nobody wants damaged goods, why didn't she just shoot the shoulder of the child or the shoot person that's actually trying to get him?
But I'm like, all right, this is the humor side. That's why I said we always throw some humor in. The humor side of this video is like the lady asked her to reach under her car to get her. She dropped her credit card under the car. That right there should have told you a whole lot before you even got to the point of, oh, I get it. First of all, why would you even care? See, this is the difference between a white person sometimes, and I'm not trying to be racist, but this is what I'm trying to say the difference between a black person like, what? They told it, first of all, get your behind in the car. You ain't doing nothing for nobody. That's how that conversation went. Get in the car. You ain't doing nothing for nobody. So, again, some of that so-called black woman attitude is instinct. Because get your behind in the car, it would have been more of it. Get your A in the car, and you ain't doing nothing for nobody. Right?
Right.
Because what? Listen, how do you drop your credit card? Right? You can drive. You can stand up. You can speak 2 different languages, but you can't get under your car and get your own stuff.
You couldn't move the damn car to get your own credit card?
Exactly.
But wait,
so
it gets better.
There's a whole lot of red flags in this story.
Wait, it gets better. This is the description that she gave to the police department. A woman with black and white hair.
Hey, OJ.
That spoke a different language. But she spoke English first. What was the other language? I'm curious. So now you spoke to a person that had a different language tongue than yours, and then you saw the black man, and she said, it was idling towards us, and it stopped behind her car. So this whole moment, you see this black van come right back. What she thought it was, the car, that movie, The Car, you know, the black car.
No, you know what she thought it was? She thought it was the A-Team.
Yeah, she probably did. She probably thought Barack was gonna come out there. What you talking about? We're gonna get this done. I mean, come on now. I mean, that story has so many holes in it. It's worse than I mean, come on now.
Wait. The reason why she didn't call is because the van was black. If it would have been a black person, she would have been suspicious.
Well, this is what I mean. Yes. But and again, how is it possible that she told her daughter? Because that's what she says. She told her daughter to get in the car and lock it after she already experienced what she experienced.
Right.
Now, I'm a fat guy. When I park my vehicle next to your car, you better make sure you got me a whole lot of space that I can open my door wide till it stops. If I can't open that door, I'm going to sit on top of your car till you come, and I'm going to tell you to drive me around the corner because I can't get in my car.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong.
No, I'm going to get you wrong again.
I think stories like this happen, but there's a little bit of, the whole point of the video is, of course, from a serious part, this is why you need to have weapons.
How can you take it?
Now, in this case, that's why I like to add humor in there.
She's in Iowa. Isn't Iowa a carry state?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna find out.
I think it is though. I think it's one. As a matter of fact, I think they honor most state license too, but I'm not exactly sure. But I think it is. I think it's an open carry and concealed carry state. I think it's one of the 32 that's on my list of places I can hold mine at without a problem, without an issue. Well, then now things are changing, but
you know,
I was the person I probably would have gotten home before I realized the kid was missing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Iowa is a permitless state. So in the state of Iowa, where she's from, and she claims that somebody was going to attempt to kidnap her child,
should have lit his behind up.
She could have lit all of them up just on GP alone.
Yep.
You too close. Your car ain't got no tags on it. You're asking my daughter to do stupid shit, and you're too close. Did I mention you're too close? Because I was standing there talking to you. I could smell you. You're too close. Did I mention that too close part again? Come on now. Come on now. She would look. You cannot you cannot create a story that makes you look vulnerable in a state where you can carry a pistola. It just doesn't work. That's right. That's right. No kids. We would have had a much better night. Ain't got to worry about them little flowers. I mean, come on now. You cannot you can't put a story like that on social media and think for one moment somebody's going to feel sorry.
Nobody's going to dissect through the conversation.
You live in a state. It's permitless. That means whether you have it showing or you have it under your jacket. You shoot somebody, it's okay because they were too close.
Again,
you stand your ground. You too close. I smell you. I don't like this thing
about race, but
it is racial because it was a
if
black guy.
If you think about this.
She saw Abuela standing next to a car with some salt and pepper hair. She felt sorry for Abuela, which is grandmother in Spanish. She thought that the Spanish-speaking lady was not going to snatch up her kid, and she turned around and called Julio and Jesus that was driving the van to come snatch up the kid. But Jesus realized that he's in a state where they carry with no permit. He said, "No, I might get shot."
Why was she asking? Why would you respond and say, "Oh, I'll go under the car and get it"? I'll look under the car.
Look,
Jay, listen, it's like we said. Why not just back the car up?
Why are we going that far? No, see, again, you missed the point. She's in Iowa. If I need to back up my car, I'm shooting you. That means you.
No, I'm saying the person, because she said it was under the lady's car because the lady was supposed to dress up like an old person.
And again, she walked to her car. That means the old lady's car was so close, like she said, the car was next to her car.
If she dropped it under the car,
good.
Get in your car, back it up, and pick it up.
That's right.
Because she said when the lady pulls off, there was no credit card.
Clearly. But if she would have shot her, she would have had a reason to hold it in.
My thing is this: if you had been locked and loaded, you've seen what they try to do. If you'd have been out there, even if you didn't shoot people, if you've been flattening tires, those vehicles wouldn't be going.
Look. She would have learned how to shoot that day, even if her daughter got a bullet in her shoulder. Real simple.
Simple as that. I mean, again.
And this bullshit about knocking on a window? No. Again, Iowa, no carry. I ain't knocking. I'm shooting first. If I can't see in,
I'm not going to make the assumption that that's what they're there for.
No. She said the windows were tinted black like the van was.
So you just gonna shoot?
Look, you too close.
Well, technically they were there before she was.
Again, you too close.
So my question again is:
you next to my property.
You park your vehicle next to a van like that, and you keep your vehicle next to a van like that, and you don't move.
Then I'm a dummy for parking next to a van that I can't see in.
I'm almost starting to think that she was trying to get her kid kidnapped. She tried to take care of it.
Look, now I'm gonna tell you why I didn't want to say anything from the beginning. First and foremost, that was a TikTok video.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we know how that goes.
I've done more than a good handful of TikTok of reaction videos about TikTok lawyers getting arrested. Okay. Here's the thing. she lied about the whole damn thing. It was nothing but a lie. It was a story, literally a story. Just to get.
There's a whole lot of holes in that story. You can kind of figure it out, even without going into it. You can kind of figure it out because of the way she told the story. Now, here's the thing: there might be somebody riding around in a black man. I put it to you like this: my niece calls me up one day,
right,
and tells me about an incident that happened with her and her daughter,
right,
and it didn't get turned into nothing, but it made her very uneasy, put her on ease, like real uncomfortable.
Right.
Somewhere over in Jersey, I think she was. I don't know if she's in Jersey, Delaware, somewhere out, one of those states.
Right.
But whatever happened, she knew something was up, and she, she had positioned herself where nothing could happen to her, but she was uneasy about it. And then I forget the rest of the story because it was a few months ago when she told me about this. And but my point is this: outside of this, like all the holes that this lady have in store, it ain't really about whether she's telling the truth or not. Because I care less. It's more so about just being aware of your surroundings. Now, with this type of situation, it happens. Now that part, it does happen, and it happens more than people know. This is why you need to have your license. You need to be trained and make sure you got a weapon.
Now, wait. I got to cut you off because this is something that you talked about 1,000 times over, and you did not say it now. When you're giving your story right now, you missed the part where she put her own gun in the car because where she was going doesn't allow her to have a gun.
I wonder if she even have a gun. I don't even think. Again,
it's what you have told everybody over and over again. You've told them, don't go someplace where you got to put your own gun in the car.
No,
you said it 1,000 times over, but you didn't say it this time. Where's her gun at? She's in Iowa. She's got a gun.
She ain't had no gun.
It's like marijuana. You if you smoke, you got a gun.
That's because she was trying to get that kid kidnapped, man.
Look, maybe
there were too many witnesses, so she had to back.
Maybe she is the one that's trying to kidnap kids.
Right. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Because my thing is, we know that most people, not all, but most white people has a tendency to call the police quick as heck.
Absolutely.
Why? How did you get to the point where you was willing to put your own head under the car for a credit card? Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but how far is a credit card going to travel under a car if you drop it? Now, it ain't like it was a ball. What's going to roll? In order to get that credit card that far under there, don't you have to, listen, you're up high.
It's a windy day.
Okay. I'll entertain that.
The better question is this: if she didn't allow her daughter to get under the car, why would she get under the car?
That is my point that I was getting into. Why did you get to you didn't let? So instead of your daughter head getting ran over, you're gonna let your own head get ran over. How about both of y'all not get up under the car and nobody get ran over, but everybody get shot?
Well, here's the thing: the mother would have got if that woman would have got a head crushed, they would have took the kid anyway.
Right.
So either way, you still lost out the kid. You would have lost your life. Kid would have been gone. You wouldn't have to worry about nothing. That's what you.
That's why I said there's a whole lot of holes in the story. But I didn't want to just jump off on the holes in the story without.
Well, that's why I said you got to go first because I was going to destroy that whole story.
That's why I said, the humor side of it was a lot with this video. I thought it was humorous. Did I believe the story? No, but I still see some type of level of, if you in a situation like this and you see something that looks,
ask questions later.
Right. Don't shoot first. Make sure you have, at least make sure you got good reason. But
you have a good reason. Stand your ground.
Yeah, but if they ain't,
I smell you,
Karen. You got to be Karen first. Turn into Karen first. Call police. Call 911.
Look,
but
look.
I don't believe her story.
People with color cannot call 911 on other people. We already know that because police don't believe them.
We can. Now we might end up in jail trying to do it.
Police don't believe them.
Police pull up and run up, and you get locked up. Like, wait a minute, I'm the one who called you.
This is true.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. It's that part of me that just assumed.
I've called 911 several times. I kid you not. And I mean, one incident I've called 5 times 911 because they were taking too long. The last time I turned around and said, if you don't show up in the next minute and a half, I'll take matters into my own hand. They showed up in less than 30 seconds. I said, so that's what it took? So how do you trust law enforcement to protect you when they don't even want to come out to protect you?
I was being said he called the police fast on it.
Well, you got to. Look, we don't have the time to be going to court trying to justify why you put somebody into Swiss cheese mode. No. It's real simple. You were too close. I smelled you. Look at the video of the guy. Look at the video we did a few segments ago about the guy who killed the man that was trying to steal his car because he was somewhat possibly intoxicated or on drugs, whatever it can be.
Yeah.
Having been a melanated guy, killed unalived the white guy. Again, you didn't see the melanated guy calling 911, did you? He didn't call 911. The wife didn't call 911. The daughter was in the back seat, didn't call 911. The little cousin didn't call 911. None of the melanated people called 911. Why is that? Because they know they ain't gonna come.
No.
But let it be a light.
That's not why, Joey. No, Joey, that's not why.
Why?
Because it was 4 Karens out there that already called. They knew they was good when it came to 911.
It's disturbing to see how this woman portrays that her kid was attempted to get kidnapped in a state where you have the right to carry a firearm, either concealed or open. You have the right to carry a firearm. So how is it possible that she thought that it was okay to tell her daughter, no, get in the car, lock the door. No, I'm going to take care of it. And then actually bend down and look underneath the car. She bent down. She said, I bent down. But then I heard the woman talking a different language and I got up. What?
You stupid.
What?
That's why I don't believe the story. I honestly don't believe. I didn't believe the story. But only reason, I'm not gonna say believe the story, but the only thing I say about this story is because I know that there are situations where people are out there trying to do this type of stuff, kidnap kids and stuff like that. Yes, be aware. But do I believe her story? No.
I could tell you this, but see, this is why it irritates me. This irritates me how this Caucasian woman felt the need to make up a story of something that really happens to adults and children very oftenly just to get social media to feel some type of way, likes, whatever it can be on TikTok. Look, I looked into it. And it might have been her own baby daddy that she was talking about. I'm just gonna read one. I'm just gonna read 2 lines to you. 2 lines. While no kidnapping report is specific to the Ross storefront, the following nearby crimes involve retail stalking and or abduction. March 2025, a suspect named Donnie Lee reportedly traveled to Hammond to spend time stalking a woman at several local stores. So she made up a story saying that someone was trying to take her daughter, when in actuality it was her baby daddy. that was actually stalking her, and she's trying to turn around and say, well, the good thing is she didn't say it was a black man doing it. And as Ron is gone and we're waiting for Ron to come back, we're going to try to understand what the hell's going on. So with that being said, stand by.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
So as we wait for Ron to show back up, take advantage of the OG Network. Hey, there goes Ron.
There you go. Yeah.
Take advantage of OG Network 26 promo code that will get you 15% off a $35 purchase from toptobottom.com. As Ron was graciously enough to actually walk away from us as we were talking, I said it was her baby daddy because there is a report of a male named Donnie Lee that was stalking a woman at a nearby store and several others of that one place that she mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why she didn't have a gun is because she was messed up in the head. She was 3 cars short of a 2-car train. Okay? So she couldn't have a gun. But because she had her boyfriend walking around, she turned around and said it was a kid getting snatched up. No, probably the baby daddy was trying to get the kid away from her. And she was saying it was the baby daddy that was doing it.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't know.
Well, I know. I looked it up. I looked it up. Damn it! I didn't like the way she put the kid in jeopardy because it happens. No, seriously, it happens.
Yeah, and that's why I said it does. Yeah.
Look,
I don't believe her story.
Look, one of the biggest places that a lot of people talked about it happening, I kid you not, was Mexico. Mexico has had so many reports of people of all genders and all colors disappearing and then being found later on with organs being missing. So it's a terrible thing to put that kind of story out there and to make believe it was true. It's really messed up. I mean, it's really messed up, especially on TikTok. Come on now.
And speaking of organs missing, make sure y'all go check out the movie Silent Crisis. That's what that's about.
Oh, that's right. That is right. You are absolutely right. We forgot. I totally forgot about that. Silent Crisis was based on the same thing. Organ snatching up. Yeah.
So if y'all not sure what we're talking about, go to Tubi TV. If you got Tubi TV, because it's free. The movie The Silent Crisis. It talks about that. But yeah, when I read, I didn't see the whole video, but I seen enough of it, and then it started to be like, in my head, I'm like, why would you? Who drops your credit card under a car like that? Like, what are the chances of somebody dropping the credit card, and it's that far under the car? And if your car is, why you just don't move the car? Like, all these things start running through my head when I'm like, and something to add up. But the part that I thought was serious, because I wanted to go on a joking spree too, but the part that I thought was serious, it doesn't matter if it was this story, but that one part does apply to a lot of situations, like Jay said, that child trafficking, kidnapping children and stuff like that, it's a real thing. That is a real thing. It's not fake. It's not made up story. It's a real thing. And unlike, I don't personally believe the story. I'm not saying it's not true or not. We don't know. I don't really know.
I'm telling you it ain't true. I just read. No, I'm telling you it's not true.
But to make up something like that, that's a real thing. That happens more than people know. And there are people out there that listen. And again, that's why I'm happy that this administration has hired put 200 more police officers on the street to go after these type of people. That's the real part. I mean, to try to rescue as many children as they could out of this type of situation, because it's a real thing. Now, her story's not a real thing, but those type of events is a real thing.
And if we look at the collaborator that collabed on that story, one of the things that he was making notion with his hands was actually the same thing with same thing we talk about all the time, which is protecting yourself with your own firearm. Right. Even he was saying, without words, why wasn't a point of a firearm coming out and taking out these people who are attempting to take your child? Again, we're talking about a black van with black windows, no tags, and you actually in a state where you have the right to carry your firearm, and you don't put no holes in that damn van, standing right next to you, and a lady with black and white hair that snatches up dogs and cats and all this other stuff, talking about, I want your daughter to go underneath my car, and you didn't plug her either? Yeah, see, you know how the old saying goes, your story's got a whole lot of holes in it, man.
Yeah, dude. And it had holes in it, but I thought it was fun. Like,
it's not even hilarious. I got to look at it in a different way. It's disgusting.
Right. Well, it's disgustingly funny.
No, I mean, because look again, like I said, I know somebody.
Wait, Jay. You can't tell me, man. Somebody telling you to reach under the car for a credit card, right? Now, they didn't say my wallet. They didn't say my purse. They ain't had no bags in their hand, and they slipped and dropped something. What they said was one credit card fell under the car that's running, and you can easily move up or back up and get it your damn self. You ain't had to ask nobody to help for that. All you gotta do is get in your car, move it back, move it forward, pick your item up, put it away. Why would anybody in their right mind ask for help for that?
Y'all heard me. I don't think there's a person that ever came around the OG network that could never say they never heard me say, I'm a fat guy. Right? My fat ass ain't going nowhere near the bottom of anybody's car because I can't even get to the bottom of my car. Right? If I have to bend over to pick up your credit card, my whole grocery spree is on your credit card right this stinking Lincoln minute.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get paid.
Since I got your credit card, I might as well go use it.
That's right. I got it now. Now I'm going to go.
I don't need no money. You just paid me. I'm about to run this up for you.
That's real simple, like. And we're going to go inside the store together.
My media said I just bought 4 illegal shotguns. Let my media, shotguns can never be illegal.
Never. Even if they sawed off.
It can never be illegal.
Even with a pistol grip.
The only way a shotgun could be illegal is when the designer made it and he just named it illegal.
Man.
No, thanks. Let me hold it. Right. Like I said, it was a lot of holes in that story. And I knew you was going to go there. I didn't think you would go that fast.
It's a racial thing, man. It's a racial thing. Listen. I don't know.
I wanted to see if you was going. I wanted to see if you was going. Well, all right, here's the thing. We both saw the racial part, and that's why I started laughing so quick. I said, oh, I knew he's going to go. I knew he's going to go there. And I was trying to play the serious role because I'm like.
You actually thought I was going. You thought
I wanted to see if you was going to see what I saw.
Did you actually believe I was not going to go racial on that damn thing? Hell, shit.
Not only did you see what I saw, you actually saw more than what I saw because I didn't even think about the fact that she was in Iowa. I didn't even know about that part. Iowa. And then when you said Iowa, because when I got my license to carry, I know Iowa is one of the states that honors the license, right? So
that's right, they do.
They honor my license because it's 32 states across the United States that honor my concealed carry license that out of the state of Pennsylvania. So I'm like, well, why would she have a firearm if she in Iowa? That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
That's like somebody in Texas not having one.
That's like people in Ohio hanging out with people from Florida, swinging over, hanging out with people in North and South Carolina, talking about, oh, I got an illegal gun. What the hell you mean you got an illegal gun? You can buy it legally. Why would you have it illegally? You 18, right? You over 18? Why don't you just buy the damn thing? You can buy it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Matter of fact, buy 4.
Look,
No, buy 5, one for me.
And then she turned around. She
Buy
said,
5. Don't buy 4, buy 5.
She
Buy
said,
5 because I want one.
there's no tags on the vehicle. I've never seen in the past 10 years, I ain't never seen a white woman not call the police on a vehicle that doesn't have any tags.
They say you gotta be 21 in Ohio. That's some bull crap. Who do Ohio think they are?
What?
You gotta be 21 in Ohio? Purchase firearm? That's racist.
That's totally racist.
That's discrimination. That's age discrimination.
Yes.
Not fair. Not right, bro.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe I gotta ask this question. Because Split My Media said that. He said you gotta be 21 in Ohio to purchase firearm. So what if I'm 22?
See, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yet there is a small flaw in that statement.
I know. Purchase a gun, yes, sir.
You can. It's similar to where I am. You can be 18 and buy yourself a rifle, but you got to be 21 to buy a pistol. In Ohio, it's the same thing. You legally can buy at 18 a rifle, but you need to be 21 to buy a pistol, which I don't understand why, because the damn rifle is going to do a whole lot more damage than a pistol does.
Well,
because you get a 226.
Their stupid assumption is you can't. It's hard to hide a rifle more.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's my whole point. I seen people have rifles in their pants and they didn't even know it was there.
This is true.
Yeah, look at this.
Look, I kid you not. I did a reaction video on a kid that had one in his pants. He had a pair of sagging pants on, and he had a pair of sweatpants underneath those pants. And he pulled out. I kid you not. He pulled out a freaking shotgun.
These modern day kids can't do it because they like these skinny jeans.
Yeah, they can't get away with that. You ain't got
two things they can't do: hide a gun and run from the police.
Rifle 18.
And they won't bring them above their butt line.
Hell no. You know what the worst thing is? Now you took that goalpost really far left now, and I got to run with it because I saw something. I saw a guy. I kid you not. Again, I'm a fat guy. I saw a guy that was a little bit bigger than me, and he had some skinny jeans on.
Man, that's really big. So no, let me stop.
Bruh. The line where the belt goes was around his knees because he couldn't get the skinny pants up any further.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I was trying to figure. I thought it was his thighs. I really did. I thought it was his thighs. But I took a closer look, and it was his kneecap. It was his knees. He had short legs, but he was a fat guy. He was a short guy. He was short and fat, like the Penguin. You know, the character, the Penguin from Batman. Yeah. So it was kind of hard.
Danny DeVito short.
Huh?
He was Danny DeVito short.
Yes, Danny DeVito short. That you don't even know where his legs really start and end at.
Oh, wow, that's a shame.
And I seen the belt line right above his kneecap. I said, and you got skinny jeans on? You disgusting son of a bitch. Look, I don't know what it is about this social media thing or this new age Gen Z, Gen Y. I don't know what the hell they call it. I say I don't believe in none of that bullshit. I'm gonna call it the way I see it. All right, and I don't understand. I don't understand it. I really don't. I really don't understand it for the life of me.
I don't know how they can do it. I know we moving goalposts way farther than we supposed to be.
How do you fart in a pair of skinny jeans?
You don't. It's stuck in your ass until you get home.
How do you pee? How do you pee? You pee down your leg? Like,
I couldn't do it. Listen, first of all, I can't speak for no other man because I don't know. But I know me. And I don't care what's going on. That is the most hottest part of my body. I don't even want the underwear. None of that. That's the one thing I don't. Listen. As soon as I get home, I'm trying. I need to air out, bro. And I don't wear skinny stuff.
I don't understand.
I don't know how they do it. Like, how you have all that just smashed up?
I'm not gonna say
First
it.
of all,
I'm not gonna say it.
there's only two reasons why. There's only two reasons why you would have your pants down.
Oh damn!
You either trying to get something out your ass or something in your ass. And if you ain't on the toilet, what's your reason? And you remember when you was a kid, right? See, it's so messed up in your head. And I know we moved the goalposts, but it is what it is. You remember when you was a kid? I don't know anybody on the live. Have your parents ever said this? And I know I'm using foul language, but it is what it is. It's the only way to describe this the right way. How many times have your parents told you don't go out the street and show your ass?
Oh my gosh, thousands of times.
Like, how, as a parent, do you say that to your kid when you know you're going to be out there doing it anyway?
True.
Like, it used to be a figure of speech.
True.
Meaning, don't go out there and misbehave. Behave yourself.
Right.
That's what it used to be. It was a figure of speech. It wasn't you take it literally and actually go outside and show your butt. It was, don't go out there and act a fool and embarrass me on the street, whatever.
Right. Right.
Now, they literally taking it, literally, going outside, pulling their pants down, showing their behind. Why? What do you hope to accomplish? What are you inviting? What are you inviting to your behind?
Here's the better question. Why are you spending $300 on a pair of underwears when you got $30 sneakers on?
How much?
$300 underwear when you got $30 sneakers on. There's underwears out there that cost.
There is nowhere in the world there's a pair of $300 underwear. I'm gonna have to argue with you with that. Please tell me there is nobody out there in the world paying $300 for some underwear. Please tell me no. You telling me that there's people out there that's stupid to spend $300 on underwear. What do these underwear do? They bulletproof? What do these underwear do?
I listen. Ron.
And Split My Media. Make sure y'all like it. Go follow his channel. Real talk. But what do they do?
Do you see that? You see that, right? You see it, right? You see it, right? Well, hold on. Let me see. Hold on, because I want to make sure you're able to see this.
I'm done.
You see that?
Bro, I'm done.
And you thought I was joking?
Is this company on the stock market? I'm dead serious. You think I'm not joking? I'm not joking. Because if there are people out there, listen, if there are people out there that are willing to spend $300 on some fabric, stitched together fabric, that's all it is. I don't give a darn whose name is on it. It's fabric. That's it.
Well, I know we moved the goalpost.
Cotton, nylon, or something like that, or I don't know, but
I know we moved the goalpost, but I'm gonna put it out there.
Hey, it's cool. It is what it is. It's fine.
We're gonna make. I'm gonna look into buying some jeans.
I found another reason why people should get shot.
that have a whole bunch of holes all over it, and make sure it
you
says
spend-
OG Network on the side.
If
And
you
we're gonna
pay
sell them for
$300,
$400 each.
I'm not suggesting this at all, but like literally, somebody need to smack you in the back of your head because $300 for a pair of underwear. What's going on, Jay?
Look, I appreciate you swinging through, brother. Really do.
You're not. I can't like. In my you have. I don't even understand what y'all don't might not even understand what's going on in my head right now. I am trying to fathom 300. Listen,
I'm
got
gonna,
a problem.
I'm gonna give.
$20.
I'm gonna show you why. Look, the illegal the person that does the illegal crime with an illegal gun that robs and stole the gun from a law-abiding citizen that has to go to court now because they had their gun stolen is the one wearing those $300 underwears, because they robbed the store at gunpoint with the gun owner's gun and took them $300 underwear and put some skinny jeans that only come up to their kneecaps so they can show the world their ass because they're not getting in trouble.
$300. Now I know that one said $245.
$245 plus tax. You gotta remember.
I don't care. Listen, anything for a pair of underwears that starts once it starts to creep past $25, $30, it starts to get ridiculous. I'm sorry, it gets ridiculous. I don't care. It's fabric.
Lax.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Unless that thing come with some wheels, or it come with internal air conditioning to keep your ball sack cool.
Well, remember that lady? Remember the lady with the video? She had that 40 something car that had air in it, and everybody believed it wasn't air. It could be the same way with the underwear.
Man, look.
As long as they got a place to hide the gun, that's all that matters.
300. Listen. See, this is why I say people when I hear people complain about their money, these type of people, because these are the type of people I see do this type of stuff. Now, I literally have a hard time fathoming that someone stitched together a pair of underwear, and somebody else is out there willing to spend $300 for some underwear because somebody else made it.
Yeah.
Get out. My cat's trying to sneak in the room.
Cat says, I want some attention.
Yeah, it's Rose. She always like that. Come here. See if she comes. She probably not. They know they're not allowed in here. That's why she all leery.
Couple of minutes, we'll go outside.
Come here. Yeah.
Ron is showing his cats.
Oh no.
Ron is showing the cats. You gotta wait. No, I want you guys looking at the camera. You guys gonna try to jump through the camera? No. Relax.
She ran. She knows she's not supposed to be here, and she ran. She's like, I'm out. I ain't trying to get in trouble.
Smart cat.
Yeah, that is utterly ridiculous, brother. I've never in my life would imagine overspending $300 for some underwear. How many underwear you get? 1,000?
For what?
I'm trying to figure out what's.
It's a 3-pack.
Huh?
It's $100. It's $100 per. It's $100 for each underwear.
I'm good.
I'm just saying.
I need to find out they're on the stock market because I'm buying.
Oh, they are. They just don't pay dividends, but they are.
I don't care. Listen, if I can only imagine the profit margin on it.
You don't even want to know what the profit margin is.
Right. So my thing is this is like a what 300,000% markup product.
But yeah, I'm around.
You know, so if this is what they buying and they're willing to spend $300 for something that you could have got for $30, look at the margin. No, I'm good. If they buying it, because I know they buying it because they're here and they're in the business and they got advertising. Oh, they buying it, and now I see.
And that's not the only one. That's not the only one. I'm just saying that's not the only one.
I mean, I got a problem with that much money for a pair of sneakers.
That's not
Like
the only one.
I had a pair of sneakers that I seen that was more expensive than I normally would pay for a pair of sneakers. I went in the sneaker store to look at it because I didn't know what they were going to cost, and I was like, I said, I know I don't really spend this much money on a pair of sneakers, but I might stretch the ball a little bit. I went in there, and them suckers was $170. I'm like, yeah, nah. The thrill is gone.
Thrill is gone.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was
so
like,
let me make your thrill gone now, forever and ever, 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 ever.
$170 for a pair of sneakers. That's for rich people, not for me. I'm poor and unfortunate. And somebody's gonna pay for that. And then they had the nerve to have it on Klarna. You can pay $56 a month for 6 months. First of all,
$600 for a pair of shorts.
First of all, $56. That $56 a month, that first $56 is too much money for that short.
Hey, listen. I just wanted you to know that there are stupid people out there, and I've said it 1,000 times over in all my reaction videos I've done. I've said it on your show. I've said it on every other show that I've actually collabed with. There are stupid people in this world, and as long as there's stupid people in this world, somebody's capitalizing on them.
That's why I love capitalism. And that was what I said in my video before. I said I love capitalism.
Yeah, you
two
did.
things out of that. Either you're gonna be a victim or you're gonna be a beneficiary. One or the other.
I guess that's the reason why
you want to be that stupid and someone else makes a pair of shorts that they charge $600 and you willing to spend on it, then they need to keep making them $600 pair of shorts. I'm sorry. As long as they buying them, keep making them. Kudos to you. Great idea. Wonderful. God bless you. Same people wouldn't spend $300 on a firearm. They'll tell you it's too much.
No, those are the same people that wouldn't spend $100 for a auctioned off shotgun to protect their family.
Because they say it's too much.
Yes, they say it's too much. Which, by the way, you got to look into that. You got to look into that company I sent you some time ago. I'm gonna send it back to you because they're coming up with another auction. I found a Ruger for $149.
When is it coming to my house? When should I expect the Ruger?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I am at all, man. I never thought in a million years that I would like. All right, if they made a pair of underwear that was bulletproof. I'm sorry, man. I can't get past $300 for some underwear. It just now if they made
wait a minute. You still harping on the $300 underwear, but you're gonna slide right past the freaking $600 pair of shorts?
I don't listen. That's too much. Now, if
that's $1,000 to cover your ass.
Vest? How much is a bulletproof vest?
Depends on the vest.
Roughly about $300.
Yeah, right? A good one.
You can get you can get maybe a 1 or 2
plates
rated for about that much money.
Yeah,
which is stop most handguns, not all, but most regular handguns like 9mm, 380s, stuff like that.
Right.
So you bought a pair of shorts. They can't stop anything. They can't even stop the HIV virus. And you're gonna spend $600 for it.
Well, Ron, like you said a moment ago, and I'm gonna try to piggyback off what you said. You said you either want something to go in or you want something to go out. $300 underwears is usually because they want something to go in. Because you got to show them off. Hey, listen.
Because if there's no toilet there, why is they down? If you don't have to go to the bathroom, why do you have your pants below your behind?
I mean, I've said it before. When it comes time to bury you, you can bury me upside down so the world can kiss my ass. I mean,
You dead. You're not gonna know.
yeah, I won't. I'm sure most people be pissing on my grave like I was a damn toilet bowl, standing and squatting.
Yeah, you should be like
Around that
that
uncle
one
they
guy.
love to hate.
What was that video when the guy died and he had them play a video and they're like, "Let me out of here, let me out of here." He had a speaker inside the casket.
Oh,
You
I
know, see
remember
that?
I think I have, but I don't think I remember it.
And he was at the funeral. He was like,
Because
"It's
all I
dark
can
in
think
here.
of, I think of
It's
John
dark in
Candy
here.
did something like that.
Yeah, I know I'm afraid of the dark. Let me out of here." Everybody at the funeral is dying laughing. Instead of crying, they was all laughing. But I think that was I thought it was hilarious though. Instead of them crying at his funeral, he was making them laugh. He's like, "Get me out of here.
I
It's
hope
dark in
everybody
here."
does, but I
Yeah, I
ain't
know
worried
I'm
about
afraid of the
nobody
dark.
laughing.
But I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Let me see.
all I
600.
know.
Sure. You know what kind of gun you can get with $600?
Well, I already know. I already know. I could get 3 Rugers. I'm just saying. $600, $150 a piece.
We gonna give y'all night back for real because I gotta go. I gotta go free my brain of nonsense
until Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but seriously. I mean, we talk about guns. We talk about a lot of stuff. And the most important thing that we got to understand on this show, Firearm Friday, is that we talk about gun laws, gun protection, and training. Training is the key. Last week's video, I had people actually send me comments on the video of how shocked they were on that 9-year-old boy and how obedient he was with the weapon. So here at the OG Network with Ron from Ron's Opinion and myself, Fatachla, we want you to understand something. We can joke around about a lot of things. We could talk about a lot of things left and right. The one thing is that we got to focus on, and we want the viewers and the subscribers and all those that come by to share the content. Training is the most important part behind you owning a firearm. You don't have the firearm just because you want something. You got to have a firearm for the protection of your business, protection of your family, protection of your home, protection of your own property. And if you live in a state where it allows you to have it, then that is the most important thing that you focus on. Make sure that you are allowed to carry it. If you happen to live in a state that does not allow you to carry it, like New Jersey and New York, move. Because those places are going to be places where they're going to strip you of all your constitutional rights. And here on the OG Network, I have now recently come to the agreements of government tyranny is the thing we have to fight at most.
Yes.
You know, we watched the video. We watched the video this evening of government tyranny in its prime action of what happened in Philadelphia. That's government tyranny. The government of Philadelphia decided to take the carry permits away from certain individuals because the police officers.
Permission. If you got to ask them for permission, if you got to ask them for permission, they can take your permission away.
And
Second Amendment wasn't designed that way.
And it was racist. The cop was racist. He was a white cop, and the guy, the owner of the weapon was a melanated brother.
Right.
And it was a racist situation. It was a racist situation at its finest. White cop didn't like the fact that this melanated dude had a much better gun than he did, and he can walk freely down the road with it. He didn't like the fact that he can do it, which was his right to do so. So again, to piggyback off what we talked about earlier, you got to know your 14th Amendment right, and you have to know about your Second Amendment right, and you have to know the laws of where you live when it comes to actually owning a firearm. Don't just get the firearm because you think it's cool, which, by the way, I watched a video of this girl. No, actually of this guy. The guy was at a gun range. He picked the gun up, and he turned to where everybody was standing, and 3 people tackled him and beat the brakes off of him because that gun came out of the booth.
Good.
I said the same thing. Good.
That means because they sure ain't not sure if he had bad intentions or not.
That's right. They beat the brakes off of him.
Right. Now, why? You don't do that in the gun range. You don't do that anyway. But
you're not supposed to do that at all. So that's why we here on the OG network, we talk about gun laws. We talk about training. And we emphasize training because training is the most important thing. Right. Just because you know somebody who's been doing it for been firing firearms for a long time does not make them a trainer. Right. Okay, I think Ron might agree with me on this one. If you are getting trained by a person that's former military and former law enforcement, you might have a much better understanding of why training is necessary. But if you're trying to get training from John Doe or Jimmy John because y'all been close for several years, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
Unless it's Justice runs on diesel because they don't get too much.
Yeah. Justice runs on diesel can definitely, in my book, be a trainer comfortably. Everyone in the South has a gun. It's like the Wild Wild West down here. The South of what? Because south of Philly, there's a lot of places that actually is not like the Wild Wild West. But yet, I'm sure the crime rate is down.
I'm quite sure it ain't dealing with the crime like we do. I know he was in the comments, but I guess I refreshed it and you can't see it no more. But for those that are on the live, and if y'all still up for the night, Out the Pit and Bam Bam is live right now.
They are?
Yeah, they talk about the Friday movie. How much did Smokey owe Big Worm?
I think they did that once before.
I don't know. I'm looking at the video. I don't know if it was live or not. But yeah, it says for watching. So I'm on it right now. I'm on it on my phone.
Well, I might have to go over there.
So I'm actually on. Yeah, I'm on the live. That's what I was messing with my phone when I was commenting on theirs. But for those that are on this live, we get ready to close shop. If y'all still looking for some entertainment and stuff like that, make sure y'all go over to Out the Pit Live. Here we go right here.
Yeah. Yep.
This is his channel right here, Out the Pit Live. They're on live right now. And they got a real good show when they start doing these types
amazing humor of those two brothers. Amazing humor.
If y'all get a chance to go to Out the Pit Live, and then you can check him and Bam Bam out over there, and they part of the OG Network family. Check them out, like and subscribe. Check their channel out. We're getting ready to close shop, so y'all can go over there and check them out and spend some time over there and enjoying their content. And that's real talk. And we appreciate y'all over here too. We thank y'all for your time, your effort. We know that's the most valuable thing that you have is time, and you chose to share with the OG Network. And again, if you're a person that needs training, we do have a 30-second commercial that will be running on the channel more often. That way you'll have a chance to get someone that's in the state of New Jersey, Pensacola, New Jersey, which is close to Philadelphia and not that far from Delaware, but they do offer training. They have a gun club membership, stuff like that. They got a lot going on. I am going to go at one point or another and go visit their store and check out the merchandise and stuff like that and give you a better picture of what they have and what they do. I loved it. And to me, I love helping. Like when I see somebody in my opinion, in the smallest stages of development of what they're doing, I love it. And I feel like the smallest thing that we could do as a network is to offer them some form of advertisement in hopes to bring them some more business, bring some more attention to what they're doing over there. And the more information that I get, I'm going to do that. And if I can, Jay, one day I'm going to actually invite them to the show. And
be back.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, invite them to the show and give them a chance to, let them talk about what they do, and we can ask questions or whatever case may be. The audience can ask questions and stuff like that. So I'm always trying to work with different things to bring to the show. The other thing I wanted to mention is that in the city of Philadelphia, if y'all don't know already, guy's name is John, and he has a political organization called Philly Red, and he's basically trying to change the mindset of people in the city of Philadelphia, the way that they vote and stuff like that. So it's called Flip Philly Red, which of course they represent the Republican Party, and not that they're all like Republican, this and that, but I think they're just trying to give people another perspective, trying to show how much damage that the other party has done to the city. And he ran for I forget what it was that he ran for, but he didn't win. But I'm gonna be honest with you, he did very, very well for somebody who nobody knew who he was in his district, and he got quite a few good votes. Which shocked me because I was like, he came out of the woodwork to try to run, but I've been reaching out to him. Hopefully, we can one day get them on the network on the channel because I want to reach out to them. I want to try to get maybe a little more up close and personal to try to figure out exactly more and have a conversation because I'm never going to get away from the political conversation because I think it's necessary. Although I slowed down on it a lot because there's other things in life, real talk, but it does affect your life. I mean, and I think that there is an infiltration of people in our voting system, in our political system that have bad intentions for this country. And I think for some reason we sat down and we got comfortable and we don't see the severity of what's really going to happen if we don't stop and reverse course and take back the country that way it's supposed to be and not let people try to change this country into something that they want it to be. Yes, America's not perfect. Not by any means is perfect. But I'm going to be honest with you, and you start to look around other countries, you start to see what we have here compared to a lot of places. In my opinion, it is one of the best places you'll ever want to be. And I don't want that to go away. And I want my children and my children's children and to be able to enjoy the very same freedoms that I got to enjoy as an American citizen. And then most people might not agree with me, but that's real talk. You got to ask yourself, how can someone go to prison, start something in prison, bring it out of prison, and become a multi-millionaire, net worth almost $400 million. No education to match that or nothing like that. Only in America can you do that. And who was that? Don King.
Okay.
And you know what's funny? You never heard Don King do a whole lot of talking. He always just said only in America. And he hold that flag up. And he walked around the ring and he always said his famous slogan was only in America.
Right.
And he was trying to tell y'all something then that stop with all of the stupid stuff. This is one of the rare places that you can live in America and take advantage of opportunity, unlike any place in the world.
True.
And that's what he was trying to say. He was a black man that was in prison. He took what he did in prison, came out and did. He was promoting him in prison and came out in prison and kept promoting. And not listen, regardless of how people may feel about him, he made himself rich and he made a lot of other people rich too.
Yeah, he did.
And you watched him work side by side with with Donald Trump. A lot of the old fighters, heavyweight fights, all you seen in the middle of that ring was Trump.
Yeah.
Right. So when people talk this stuff, they forget the history of where a lot of black people rode with this man and he rode with a lot of black people. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know this is not a political conversation, but there's always some part of it is that sometimes you gotta get out your feelings, you gotta look at the odds. Why would he send the Department of Justice to the city of Philadelphia if he didn't care about black people? But that's what happened to. That's what happened to.
Black people not saying, damn, he does care.
Right. If it was the other way around, they'd be complaining, oh, why he didn't send them there for that. But again, it was a white person that tried to revoke a black person's license because he didn't like what he said. And that's all it was.
Yep.
And then they decided, well, off of that, they came in and they investigating the practices of how they issue license, how they revoke license, and all that other stuff. And my thing is that it shouldn't have took him to do it. The mayor should have took care of that pronto. But that is what it is. And with that said, my brother, any last words?
Just a wonderful time as always, Brother Ron. I am humbled that we can do this together and you allow me to be part of the OG network on Firearm Fridays. And let's just keep moving strong, brother. Keep moving strong.
Yes. And with that said, we're going to click our theme song. And then y'all going to hear about some little bit of wonderful product again. And you will not see our faces anymore.
Run that commercial with the gun stove.
Oh, yeah. Let's run the commercial first.
Yeah, run the commercial with the gun stove.
So for those that want to know where you can find training at, if you're in the city of Philadelphia, if you're in New Jersey or Delaware, we're going to run this commercial and then we're going to go from there.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Gene Davis coming to you from Anubis Arms. We're here in Oaks, PA at the Oaks Gun Show. My wife Frances, Domingo here at our tables. We're based out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, right on Buswood Avenue by Cove Road. We are South Jersey's only black-owned firearm storefront. We also have a gun club. We offer training. We sell firearms, ammunition, and accessories. So come check us out.
And we're back.
And we're gone.
Yeah.
Get to see my fat ass, literally.
Fuck OG. Firearm Friday show. Step in, we come live. Yeah, OG network on. Whole room for the vibe. Yeah. Run, talk, let it slide. Opinions don't matter. Keep that mouth closed up. When the bass get fatter, that tattooler in the cut, got the whole block jumping. Go to a loud laugh, make the whole night something.
Unfortunately, everything you get from
Hands up, don't
mainstream
panic, we
got
came for the
chemicals in it,
win.
and it
Don't
probably
start
kill
shaking
you.
when the crew walk in.
No
Say it
problem.
one time and say it
Go check
again.
out my
If you know,
people
you
from top
know,
to
we
bottom,
don't pretend.
hair and skin
OG
care.
network.
Top to bottom, hair and skin care.
network, run up, don't matter.
www.top2bottom,
Make the whole
use
place
for you need
shatter.
him.com.
OG network,
Tell him I
OG, tell
said
him who the king is. Every mouth get fearless. Chrome on the smile and the